Hi, welcome back to the channel. Today I have Anbernic RG Cube. I ordered this on release day. It came in a couple of days ago, so I have been messing around with it a bit. Let's just have a quick look around here. The box is normal. I did get the purple one. It's got the normal Anbernic box with the silver inlay on the front. White box, nothing major there. No changes. Let's open it up. See what we got. I did do something different with this one. I did not order the game card. I'm using my game card from my RG556. Just wanted to try something different. So there's the unit. We'll just pull the box out. Because I did not order a card, in the bottom here we'll just have our screen protector, our manual, which is helpful if you're new to the handhelds. Of course, your wipes to put on said screen, and in here will be your charge cable. So that is what we get in the box. This time though, no Anbernic card. I got a 256 gigabyte card with my RG556, which I put in here. Let's have a look and see what we got here. Should be the purple one. Of course I know it is, right? I cheated. I played for a bit. Okay, so here is the cube. Okay, so inside it's got one TF card slot. I have my Anbernic, the one that I got with my 556, a 256 gigabyte card. Okay, let's have a look around, look at the buttons, look at everything else, and we'll continue on. So let's have a quick look here. So we've got a different kind of D-pad here. This is more like the ARC one, the floating D-pad. It's just not, so that it's a little different. Yeah, you get used to it. It feels better on the thumb than, you know, just say the D-pad on the 556. It's a little different. The joysticks are normal Anbernic joysticks. It does have lighting around, which is easier to shut off and stuff than it is on the 556. We've got on the front, we've got our front end launcher, our home and our back button, our select and start button. Of course, we got our two joysticks and our D-pad, our ABXY button up on the front, our power swing, the 4x3 aspect screen. On the top we have our R1 and R2 and L1 and L2. We have our headphone, our TF card, and our USB-C. On the bottom we have our two downward firing speakers. On the side here we have our volume and our power. Nothing on the other side. I actually do like the triggers on this. The triggers they feel really good. The buttons, kind of like it all. I'm kind of a fan of this kind of D-pad though. I prefer I guess the round D-pad. On the back we have our active cooling, in and out. We have, what do we got here? We got the Anbernic Cube, and it has a 5200 milliamp battery. It's got some little grips here for you to hold, which actually feel pretty good in the hand. As a whole, I like how this thing feels in the hands. I like the 556. I really like the 556. It's big, but it's big. Okay, sometimes taking this with me, and I have been taking this with me wherever I go, when I go, because it does a bit of everything for you. It is big. It's got to kind of go more in your knapsack than in your pocket. 556, the Cube is a little smaller. And I don't know, I just find it might be, I've only had it for what, 3 days now. I think it might be easier to take with you, throw around. It's smaller and it does everything that the Cube does, that the 556 does. So that's the walk around of the Cube. Let's turn it on, take a look at the software, and go from there. Okay, so let's turn this on and have a look. Okay, so that didn't take long to turn it on. It takes a little bit longer to turn it on when you're setting it up the first time, but it's just like all the other Anbernic devices when you're turning it on. As you can see, I do have like this. The only thing I've added is Photoshop, YouTube, and Diablo Immortal. That's the only things I've added. Everything else comes on here. Now, swipe down for your menu on the top. Excuse me. So we have your internet, Bluetooth on and off, night mode on and off, rotate. This is your launcher, which is this button right here. Key mapper, which is the same Anbernic key mapper, which once you know how to use is really easy, and I'll quickly go over that. Second one, we have our fan. And the fan has speeds, so stop, auto, cool, and strong. I played Diablo Immortal, I don't know, for an hour, and I just left it on auto. It didn't get warm. You have your modes, your Nintendo, so you can switch modes in Nintendo or Xbox. Airplane mode on and off, so it turns off all the receiving and sending, so you can't go on the internet or anything like that. Disturb, which is a lesser mode of airplane mode. Ambient light, which is the joysticks. Okay, so pretty simple. You can turn them on. We have, how's that showing on there? I'll just zoom in a bit so we can see. So that's just the light. Then we have the breathe. We have the rainbow, which will just change colors. The marquee, which is sort of just a mix of colors. Chasing. I think that might, oh, there we go. So when you move the joystick, it chases the joystick around. It's kind of cool. Does that show up on the video? Yep. And then we have gaming, which might do something with the games. Okay, so that's the marquee. I turn it off just to save battery life, and I really don't care about the lights. Then we have our CPU mode, high or off. I've left it off. I've had no trouble. And as you can see, the screen is up as bright as it can go. It does go. That's as low as it can go. And that's as high as it can go. Let's stick it in the middle. Okay. So on the last screen, we have our screencast and our screen record. Okay, so that is the menu. And then, of course, you have your settings menu here, which is just your basic Android menu. You have your networks and your internet, your connection, your apps, your notifications, your battery. When I got this, I think it was at like 70%, so I have charged it back up because I played it for a few hours. Battery life doesn't seem to be that bad so far. Storage, power off, power on, vibration sounds are all there. I'm still making a touch sound, so we'll turn that off. And there, no touch sound. We have our display. It's like any Android wallpaper, so you can change your wallpapers. You can also pick from your once you link it up to your account and all your pictures come over, because it will load your Gmail stuff and all your pictures that are saved. You can set your back screens there. Smart controls, accessibility, security, private, safety, passwords, updates, stuff like that. It's all here. So your updates, you update it like normal. No updates, right? So, okay, so that is the Android. Just go back with the B button, takes you right back to there. Okay, so that is what's there. So when you initially load it, of course, you just have Files, Settings, Chrome, and Play Store. These three I've put in. You have all your standalone emulators, which work, and you can go on and get better ones on through the Play Store, or you can sideload, whichever you want to do. And this is all, again, emulators and RetroArch. When you first start the card, that does that all up. And then you have your over-the-air update. which I think I'm good. Last time I checked, yep. Okay, then you have your clock. You set, and you know, you got music, calendar, you have a calendar. Everything that you would normally find. You have a calculator. You swipe up, get this along the bottom. So that is what you get right off the end. That is Android right off the bat, right out of the box. It's basically just like your phone or tablet. That's why I like these. They're smaller than the tablet. So when I do travel, I've been chucking either the 556 or the Retroid Packet 4 into my bag to use there. But this screen, something about this 4x3 screen that I like, and I think this might take that place. So that's I'll show you the front end and some other stuff, and we'll play some games. Oh, you have two ways to get into the front end to play all your games. So you can swipe down, and if you can press there, and then just go back out of it, and you're into your front end, and you've got all of your stuff there. Okay, so let's go out of that, close it all. So the other way is you just press the R, and that takes you into it. Okay, so like I said, I'm just using my, I wanted to see if everything worked the same, like if I got the same sort of, one thing I noticed is, you know, with this system there's different screen overlays and stuff. I wanted to see if it was on the card or in the system, and it's in the system. So when you put in a new card, one thing I should say, when you put in a new card and you want the games to, like, you put in your game card, what you have to do right off the bat is you have to do this part. It'll scan and confirm your cards. You just hit X and it will load all of your games. So it's all there. If you take your card out and put new games in, you have to do that again. You have to load it and hit the X button and then hit confirm. It will search your card for new games. Okay, so I have noticed I have a couple of questions and things online. You know, you put in the card and it doesn't recognize your games. You have to do that bit. You have to actually tell it to check the TF card for games. So this does take a little bit because it is a 256 gigabyte card. But that is how you get it. When you open it, take it out of the box, you look at it, put that card in, you have to do this part and it will find the games. Once it finds the games, and then all your games are there. Okay? So what do we got here? Okay, let's go all the way back to this end and work our way. So we got NES. There's 600. Remember, this is the 556 game, so I'm not going to say how many games. There's like 10,000 games. So we got NES, Sega Master System, PC Engine, Capcom 1, Sega Genesis, Game Boy, Neo Geo, Nintendo, so Famicom, CPS 2, Sony PlayStation 1, Sega, N64, Capcom 3, MAME, Game Boy Color, Dreamcast, Neo Geo Pocket, Naomi, Wonder Swan, PS2, Final Burn Alpha, which is kind of like arcade games, vertical games, which I have none on here because it is telling you the game count down there. Game Boy Advanced, Atomic Wave, PSP, Nintendo DS. That's what I wanted to check, the Nintendo DS. I put this from the other, and it does it. I'll show that one. I'll just go in there now. When you it sort of changes the, and you get the. So then we have Nintendo Wii, Nintendo 3DS, and Pico 8. Okay, so that's everything and that's right out of the box. Yes, I have played it before, but that's just the card from Anbernic. No, I don't. The reason I didn't get a card is because I wanted to see if it gave those overlays, and it did. So it's in the system. So if you have another Anbernic device that has the Android card, you put it in, you will get kind of, from what I can tell, you'll get the benefits of the updates in here. Okay, so let's play some games, and I won't play a lot of games. I'll just play the upper end. I'll play PS2, Dreamcast, and probably PSP, and then I'll show you how the key mapper works on Diablo, and I'll play a little bit of Diablo, and then we'll come back for final thoughts on the RG Cube. Okay? Thank you.
This victory strengthened the soul of Maxi. You by the gods, he's killed them all. He still has some of the powers of a god.
Okay, so the key mapping, the way this works, I don't know, maybe I'm slow, maybe I'm just not, I don't know this stuff as much as I thought I do, but the key mapping took me a while to get. You swipe down, when you're on your game, you swipe down, you get your key mapping, you press and hold, and then it takes a minute for it to come up. So I've got a configuration here that I'm already using. So the buttons are all, like, I've put the buttons here. So once they come up, they'll just sort of spread out and they'll be wherever you want. What you do is you actually move them. So I'm not sure if it can zoom in enough on that. But right here, there is the picture, a joystick. So what you do is you just drag this over top of that, and then you've got movement. Same with the buttons. If you want like R1, R2 to do something specific, the on-screen button, you just drag it over that button. So I've got the 4 directional buttons that I haven't used yet, and L3 and L2 that I haven't used yet, and R3 that I haven't used yet. When I'm playing, you can't see them because the buttons are hidden. I've put start and select up here to get into my 2 menus, my inventory and my mail. When I'm not fighting, I just use the touchscreens. I use the buttons to get into it, but then I just use the touchscreens because it's really, really good. I use the buttons for anything I need in-game, walking, and combat. So like I've got my main R2 button right here on the R2. So if I move that right now, when I press R2, it's putting pressure on the screen down there, not where I need it on the R2 part of the button. So that is why they're all over top of the actions. That is how you do it. I have my A there because that A is where you press the A to pick stuff up and to talk to people. I have my select and start up here to get into the 2 menus here. But once I'm in those menus, I just use the touchscreen. And as the game progresses, I will get some more buttons along the side here, and that's what I will use my 4 directional buttons for, and I'll set that up as I go. I can go in and I can change it, and then you just hit and save. Okay? That's how it's used. You just drag the button over what you want it to use. And basically, the screen is pushing, in layman's terms, the screen is now putting pressure down onto that part of the screen to what you want to do. So you save it and then you hide it. And then you can move around. You have your attacks and everything. And that is how you use the key mapper. Now that is how you use the key mapper on any Anbernic and on the Retroid Pocket stuff. You just move and put it down. It is a little complicated to begin with, and you do have, where you have to push down or you have to move, things like that. You just set that up as you want, you play with it, but that is the basics. That will get you started on using the key mapper, okay? That's the key mapper on the RG Cube Anbernic. Okay, let's continue. Okay, so I am a Diablo nut. I play Diablo 2, I play Diablo 3, I play Diablo 4, I play the Seasons, I played Diablo Immortal on anything that I could play it on, my cell phone, the 556, the 505, the 503, 504, and my Retroid Pocket. This is the game I play. This game plays it, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I like the aspect of the screen, but I enjoy playing Diablo Immortal on here really well. It plays the games that you'll get from your Play Store really well with the key mapper. It plays really well. I think as an Android gaming, instead of using your phone all the time, the RG Cube with the buttons, the size, the screen is really nice. It's not so small you can't read, because I think you can read Deckard Cain, you can read everything on the screen. You don't have to squint to read the screen. I think I think the Android side for gaming is really good. I am really excited to play my Android games on here. Okay, so Diablo Immortal plays really well. I gave a little tutorial on key mapping. It is once you figure it out, the saving and all that, but dragging and putting it on and understanding the concept of the key mapper is the big thing. And I hope I did that in here. I'll come back for my final thoughts. Okay, my final thoughts and what I think totally about the Anbernic RG Cube. The cube comes in binge white, gray, and purple. As you see, I have the purple. I played a bunch of retro games, some PSP, some DreamCast, some PS1, some PS2. Played them all really, really, really good. The screen size, I think, is really nice. I did a walkabout with the software. I only did play one Android game. I played Diablo Immortal. I showed a little bit about the key mapping. Hopefully people are getting to understand the key mapping. And as you can see, I've got the lights on right now. It is loading a different game. The whole time I played for about an hour, and the fan is quiet. It never got hot. It never got uncomfortable. The screen size is nice. The grip is nice. I have big hands. The buttons are all nice. It holds in your hand nicely. You have nice screen viewing angles. I honestly, I I was using my 556 a lot, and sometimes my Retroid Pocket 4, but I'm thinking this might have surpassed them. I really am impressed with the Android capabilities of this. I like taking these on my trips because what I can do with it, like I don't have to have my phone, my tablet, and my gaming system. I have to have my phone, but I can drop the tablet and bring this, because everything I can do on my tablet I can do on this. And if the screen isn't big enough, my phone has a bigger screen. But you know, for your typing emails and stuff like that, you usually have computers. But if you want to do emails on this, there's no reason why you can't do emails on this. You can load YouTube, you can load your email program, you can load anything you want on this. It'll do all the games you want to do, up to from what I understand, it will play Wii games. Well, it will play Wii games. From what I understand, it'll play Switch games, but I don't do that here because for the simple fact that Switch is a current system that is out there. And if you want to play Switch games, the best way to play Switch games is on your Switch. It's just as portable as this. It's got a bigger screen, and it's what it's meant to do. If you want something that can do all that, you're just going to be fighting, and you're going to be only playing certain things. I always think these handhelds are for the retro gaming, the systems you can't get, or the systems that are hard to get, the games you can't buy. That's what retro gaming is all about to me. That the arcade games, the PSP games, I guess PS Vita games, the N64, the Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, all the stuff that is hard to find. Switch and all that stuff you can buy now. I have a Switch sitting here. So if I want to play Switch, I play my Switch. If I want to play everything else on the go, I take this. If I want to play my PS5 on the go, I take my Portal. If I want to play my Switch, I take my Switch. For retro gaming and Android gaming on the go, size-wise, portability-wise, battery life, just coolness. Like, this thing looks pretty cool. I don't know, I really kind of like it. This, the 556, just looks like they're trying to, don't get me wrong, it is great. Like, I like playing it. The screen is nice, but I just find it really big. The Cube, I am really enjoying playing because of its size and what I can do with it. When I go out anywhere, I sit at the table at Timmy's or McDonald's or A&W or anywhere I can, and I play. And it's not like I'm holding a big thing here. It's just sort of sitting there. It's nice. And what I try to do is I try to review each one of these games, each one of these handhelds, as I don't have 25 sitting here in front of me. Okay, sometimes that's hard, because if you look at my videos, I say, well, this one's good, I take this one, I take this one. But when I say I take this one over the rest of them, with this one, I am actually comparing this to the one that I carry now, the 556 or the Retroid Pocket 4. I am enjoying this one more than those two. Okay, but if I don't want to do anything with Android, I would pick another. I'm not worried about using Android or doing anything like that. I just want something to play the older games, something that'll go into my pocket. In my jeans, if I don't have a backpack, I would pick one of the other systems. But when I got the room and the space, I would definitely take the Cube. The buttons are nice. I think it's a home run, actually. I'm actually quite impressed with this. If that sounded a bit like a rant on these, I'm sorry. But I am impressed with the Anbernic RG Cube. I can't wait to see what comes out next. Thank you for watching my video. Like and subscribe, and we will catch you next time.